There we go. Hey, Misty Cat. How you doing?
Hi, Misty.
Hey, easily distracted? Hey, look at that. See? We knew. We timed it to your lunch.
Patrick, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Patrick. How's everybody doing?
Probably more awake than I am.
Yeah, I'm not that awake either. Drinking the coffee. It's got bones on that. Hey, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that.
She got the COVID hack.
I do not. Evening, Nicole. How are you? What is going on? Everybody have a good weekend? Okay, Nicole. No worries. Tell them to hurry up, damn it. No. No, I don't want that. Hey, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Doing all right. Tired today. It's very gloomy here today.
I think the reason why I'm so tired, though, is knowing that I got to work tonight when it's supposed to be my night off.
That could be. Definitely.
But you got to love that overtime.
That's right. Nice. Beautiful day there in Chicago. Chicago. I don't know why I say it like that. I've always, ever since I heard the word Chicago, I was like, Chicago. It's one of those missy words that I like saying, I guess. It's gloomy in Southeast England, too. Yeah, it's just very, I can deal with the rain. I'm used to the rain here living in Valdez. It's fall and spring is nothing but rain. So, and most days I'm fine with it, but today I don't know if it's just because it's chillier or what, but it's gloomy. There you go. That's what it is. I had the accent.
I told you, I thought that storm was moving more east.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad it missed you. Nice. Nice. I'm just in a rare mood. I don't know. I'm tired. Need coffee. Hey, you freaky geek.
What's up, freaky?
I saw your post this morning. I got laughing. Eddie had seen it when you posted it about the whole pool thing and your cousin. That was funny. Hey, there's that Mr. Ron.
How you doing, Ron?
So I know never to take it down a pool with you. That's true, freaky geek. That's true. Very, very true. How you doing, Ron? You slept in that day and was still sleeping. My kiddie pool is down till next June. Well, that's good because you don't want Freaky Geek helping you.
Yeah, he'll take the ladder away before you can get back out.
Yeah. That was funny. It was cute. That's something I would so do to Eddie. It really is.
Yep.
But yeah, everything here is going good. I mean, I was supposed to work, then didn't work, and
I'm not supposed to work, and I am working.
Yeah, I know. You know, it's all good.
But I can't give up $19.50 an hour.
That's right. Can't pass that up. That's for sure. That is for sure. So, today's show is just going to be a chill. I'm going to put the link out there. We'll have a panel if you guys want to come up. Tell us about your strange encounters. Of course, it's paranormal. You know, it's Monday Musings, paranormal talk. I'm going to do some short stories. 1950, that's bullshit.
I'm glad I'm not getting paid like it's 1950s.
Yeah, that would suck. That would suck. But we're going to do some stories from EMT, paramedic workers, police officers that have, and nurses that have had some creepy encounters. That's about it, Patrick. Yep, just another day. Right? Yeah, exactly. A lot of people don't know that easily distracted, that Prince wrote that. Very cool. I'm a very musical person as well. But the Bengals did a bang-up job. I love that song too. It's a really good song. Yeah, Manic Monday. Now that's going to be in my head all day. There you go. Once upon a time, the end. They really did. Yes, I can see that, Freaky Geek. See, and the thing of it is Eddie don't need baked beans to be musical.
The hell are you talking about? They're fucking Fruity Tooty blowing air biscuits.
Only in the morning. That's the only time. I go out for my cigarette, and that's, thank God we're outside, because that's when I get all my gassiness out.
I told her this morning, I hope she's done before we go live. She's going to be muting her mic an awful lot. Oh, Andy's horror story to Nicole. Once upon a time, they died. The end.
Oh, sounds like it. Yeah. I haven't seen Eli pop in yet, Ron.
No, as far as I knew, he was still over in Critter's stream.
Yeah. That's right. Yes, he sounds like a really good storyteller there, Nicole.
Short, sweet, and straight to the point.
There you go. What more can you ask for? That's funny. Oh, what you said? Okay. Took me a minute to get everything set up again because I had a virus. And so I had to go and scan my computer, and I was like, I hope it's done by the time I go live. But it was, so that was cool. Got rid of it, no problem. No better scary story is he died, then moved. Yeah, no shit.
Well, Heather, we have a problem. We don't have a dog.
we do have a ghost cat, yep. Apparently, so.
No, we abandoned that downstairs.
I like to think that he followed, or she followed.
Something followed. Patrick jamming out with his cat.
Aw. Yeah, ghost toots. That's right.
Well, here goes. My dlive is doing that. The chat's dark. and then it'll pop up.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Well, that's just what you got to do, freaky geek. There you go. Hey,
Sarah, how are
Sarah.
you doing?
Oh, we're on a big screen. Yep, I do, Patrick. I remember you're the one, because you said I didn't want to say anything. I thought you had a cat.
Well, I'm not. I think it is evil. It has a tendency to kick me out of the stream and everything.
dlive, all I see is my chat.
I see everybody else's. Well, I don't know. I'm not in dlive.
Right.
I've got OBS going.
Well, that shows everything. Sometimes. Not all the times, as we all know.
Well, I see Restream. I see dlive. Oh, I see YouTube. Freaky Geek up there with Snoopy.
Gotta love the Snoopy dance. All right, guys. Shall we get right into it? Maybe?
Scott, how you doing, man?
Hey, Scott. Welcome. How you doing? Yeah, we did. I'd say, well, he worked. I worked. Kinda. But it was good. That's right. You gotta love the little green guy too. I like that alien.
I'm sorry. My favorite is still the Muppets that Patrick puts up all the time.
I know. Nicole over there sharing love. So yeah, I just picked, like I said, it's going to be a chill stream. I picked some cops share true on-duty ghost stories, real EMTs share true ghost stories, and real nurses share ghost stories.
You almost sound like you were forgetting what you were going to say.
That's how my brain works. You know that more than anybody. Eddie loves it when I'm telling a story and I just lose train of thought, that I stare at him because I'm trying to figure out what the hell the next thing is. And
either that or she's trying to get me to fucking finish it up.
Yeah, like you know it. Come on. And then if you guys want to share your stories, I'll put the link in the chat. I should not say that because every time I say that, it never happens.
I know. You see, though, the whole theme of the show, guys, when it first started, she said we'll have two parts of the show. For the first hour, we're going to talk about all these stories. In the second half, we'll open up the panel and the phone lines and everything else, and we never get to the second part of the show.
I know. I'm so bad at that. You had a snake in your nursing home? Oh, hell no. That's not good. That's not good. I don't know how. It depends on the snakes. I'm not scared of like little grass snakes, gardener snakes.
Exactly, freaky. You start questioning yourself.
Yeah, right.
Like I can't remember. So did it really happen?
Yeah, exactly. It's like fading out of existence as you're telling it.
That's all right. I've been sitting here talking to Shadows and just fell completely asleep during in the middle of what I was telling her.
Oh, last night, apparently. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I didn't get to
Wait
tell.
a minute. Run this by me first.
No, I didn't get to tell Eddie because he just, he got up and ran out the door.
Well, I got dressed first.
Well, yes, yeah. So apparently he was having, in his dream, he was having a conversation with Andy.
Oh, I was?
Yes, I was sitting here because I had one of my case to phone ring, in case Miss K needed me downstairs. And all of a sudden I hear, well, yeah, Andy, that sounds right. And I'm like, oh, I was trying to listen to the rest of it, but he didn't. He just pulls you in and then you're listening and like he doesn't say anymore. It sucks. But apparently he was having a conversation. He was on panel with Andy. I know, he dreams about Andy.
Hey, I don't know, Ron. I don't know if it was a good conversation. I don't know.
He was laughing, so it must have been, some of it must have been funny. But see, usually if I'm in the same room with him, I'll mess with him while he's sleeping.
She'll try to get me to talk, but then it's usually about eggs.
Well, yeah, but the thing of it is, yeah, threesome with Granny, probably.
Who's on top?
Usually, because he gets mad, even though if he's dreaming and he thinks he's talking to me, if I don't answer him, he's like, well, in his sleep. So it's like, you cannot not answer him because he'll yell at you.
Yes, remember that this is Scott's mom we're talking about. Oh no. No, that ain't happening. Hey, Andy and I thought we were friends.
But it was funny. I was just like, and Andy on here is the only Andy we know. So I knew he wasn't, that's he can't escape that. Too funny. Oh my God. Well, thank you for the follow over there on Twitch. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Twitch.
But yeah, so it was pretty funny sitting here,
That's right. That's what I was dreaming about, Freaky. The Andy Griffith Show. Thanks for having my back, brother.
He's like, I got you.
You ain't going down like that, man.
It's funny though.
Andy's listening.
Oh, nobody talk about him.
I know, right?
Thank
Patrick,
you for the
thank
lemons,
you.
Patrick. Thank you so much, hon. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Yeah, whistling. You're like, yeah. Can you imagine it? I'd be sitting here going, what the hell is he doing out there? Oh,
Nicole,
thank you. Thank you for the ice cream, Nicole.
Nicole's like, frig them lemons. Watch this.
They're trying to get Mr. Meekster's spot there.
That's going to be hard to do.
No, I mean, he's almost halfway down.
You know what'll happen.
I know. He'll come back and reclaim his spot. Because that's how Ryan is. He's stubborn like his father when it comes to that. No.
Yeah, not his stepdad.
No. Although you're stubborn too.
Who?
It's all the Sagittariuses in my life. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick. Patrick throws lemons. Nicole says, I raise you ice cream. Patrick says, I'll see your ice cream.
So, yeah, like I said, these are going to be like short little stories just about what happened. And the owl in the tree, who?
Oh, Nicole sees his lemons now.
Thank you for the lemon, Nicole. I appreciate it. The lemons. You guys are something else. Okay, so the first one.
Heather's getting in on this bet now.
Heather's like, hey, wait a minute. Thank you, Heather, for the lemons.
Very much appreciated.
We appreciate it so much. You guys are awesome. You really are. So the first story is called The Shadow Woman. Hey,
says, Brett.
Hey, Brett. Welcome.
What part of Canada are you talking from today?
Thank you, Nicole, for the ice cream. This one's called The Shadow Woman. He said, I related this before, but as part of my reserve training, I had to pull a 12-hour shift in corrections. Our county facility is old. Anyway, it was med call.
How old was it?
It was very old. It was old 3 times old. Was med call. So the nurse had opened the little clinic, and we went to each cell block and had inmates line up to get their meds. After that was finished, the nurse left, the clinic was closed, and all the inmates were back in their blocks. I secured the last block, and as I turned back towards the clinic, I saw a shadow on the floor of someone crossing back to the clinic. I dashed around the corner, thinking an inmate had managed to avoid being secured and was sneaking into the clinic. There was no one there. The shadow had been absolutely distinct. One of the other COs laughed and said, "Oh, that's just Miss Rose. She's been hanging around for about 5 years." It creeped him out pretty bad.
Well, wouldn't it creep you out?
Lego blocks, yes. They kept him in Lego blocks. Hey, Andy.
What's up, Andy?
So, yeah, I couldn't imagine working in a place like that that's still, open and, in a corrections facility.
Well, that's like that story I told you about that Carol had put on her feed about that nurse.
Right.
She got so spooked, she quit her job and went to work at a different hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's, with all the death in that, you would think, obviously, spirits are hanging around. Yeah, right? Well, I still wanted her meds after she died.
You talk about addiction.
Shit. She probably if you're not lined up for your meds and you're supposed to be there, I'm sure you get there reprimanded.
So she was given what she wanted to be the first one in line.
She's like,
Okay, Sarah. Oh, Captain Critter
is giving weather
reports.
reports.
Rev Critter giving a weather report earlier. Oh, they're fixing to get hit with a storm.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's a lot of storms brewing. A lot of storms. So this one is called The Door at the End of My Hall, or At the End of the Hall. Myself and a buddy on my squad responded to an alarm. The incident location was an old office-type building that had been converted to doctor's office. There was a pharmacy attached to it. Our dispatch received a motion signal from the upstairs office. Keyholder arrives on scene and we go to secure the building. The stairs were locked behind that door, and of course the keyholder didn't have keys, so we took the elevator up to the second floor. Not the most tactical sound option, I know. Elevator opens to pitch black hallway, except for one overhead light at the end of the hall. First of all, that's creepy in itself.
Well, that sounds like our hallway.
Yeah. We started checking doors, and as far as we could see, all were secured. We get to the last office, and sure enough, the door is unlocked. We make entry and observed it to be an unused office. The door opens to a sizable waiting room and reception area, and there are about 10 or 12 exam rooms, all cleared, no hiccups. We exit the office, and immediately something seems off. That is when we realize the overhead light at the end of the hallway that had been on was now off, and it was replaced by another light over the elevators. I looked at my squad mate, and he was completely white. I asked him what's wrong, and he tells me, "Weren't all those doors we just checked closed and locked?" I tell him, "Yeah, so?" But he says, "Well, now they're all standing open." Sure enough, all the offices, I'm getting chills, all the offices down the hallway we had just checked were now standing open. Pucker factor sinks in at this point.
You think?
So we start clearing offices and securing offices. We finish the last office, and on our way out, just before we turn the corner to go into the waiting area, the main door slings shut. our radios start to go nuts with some kind of static feedback. Now I just want to get the hell out of there. We get back into the elevator and head down to the first floor to make contact with the key holder again. However, key holder is nowhere to be found. I contact dispatch and request a callback number for the key holder so I can advise him of what we found. Dispatch states that the key holder was still en route to us and advising an ETA of 5 minutes. I advised the dispatcher that we've already been with the key holder. Dispatch requests I give them a call. So I called dispatch and she tells me there's no way we were out there with the key holder. She states that the alarm company had only just made contact with him. Eventually, the real key holder arrives on scene and I ask her about the man that had let us into the building, the first key holder. She asked me to describe him. So I did. She states that sounds like one of the doctors that used to lease the office on the second floor at the end of the hall. She then states that he had committed suicide at his summer home several days ago. He's like, I still won't go back there.
I wonder why. Hey, Eli.
Hey, Eli.
Yeah,
that's pretty messed up.
I think what it got me, though, is just the look.
With all the doors open?
And then all the doors are wide open now.
Yeah.
I would have been like, we ain't checking and securing shit. I'm heading straight for the elevator.
What would you guys do?
Whatever's in there can stay in there.
What would you guys do? I mean, if you turn around and all the doors, obviously they didn't creak open or anything like that because they didn't hear them.
They didn't hear anything. Welcome back, Scott.
Scott. I'm back. Sorry, Granny got stuck on the washing line. I've told her not to swing from it. Unbelievable.
Thanks, Eli. I appreciated it.
Thank you, Eli. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of, I don't know. I know Patrick has had some shit happen to him on duty.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know how you know, I just don't know how you do it. When you have to, you're in that position that you have to do your job.
Well, actually, Freaky, they didn't pass by all the doors again. They went into every single room that the door was open.
They checked everything.
That's when I would have, no, you go ahead and check, and I'm going to go down and I'll meet you downstairs.
To go talk to the key holder that wasn't there?
That wasn't even there. He'll be there in 5 minutes, though.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. I mean, and obviously they got in the key holder had the key
to let them in the building.
Yeah, to let them in the building.
But their dispatch says that the key holder won't be there for another 5 minutes.
Yeah. Nope, I would not have done that either.
I know, because my luck between the second and first floor, halfway the elevator would stop. That's
what I was waiting for to happen. As I was reading that, when they got back into the elevator, I was waiting for it to say it got stuck or something. See, well, it's one thing, though, Eli, to go back to a place, because he said he would go back, to knowing it's haunted. But to go there not knowing it's haunted, do you know what I mean? That's a different thing. But being a cop, you have to clear the building.
Figure out why the alarm was triggered.
When I was in the military police, I went to an old barracks from the 1800s seeing the footprints in the snow and seeing the footprints going into the... Oh, yeah. See? Yeah.
Thank you, Nicole.
So I'm sure cop mode came over you and you're probably like, okay, there's somebody...
in there.
Yeah. This one's called Grandma's Back. All right, Eli, hurry back. When I was a municipal cop, I was sent to missing persons / runaway juvenile call. The town I worked in was inner city and poor, but it was one of the better streets in town, and the family was squared away. The husband and wife were both educators. While I was taking a report of their runaway teenage daughter in the family's living room, an older daughter who was in the room pointed toward the hallway and yelled, "Grandma." The husband ran into the hallway yelling, "Ma? Ma?" The husband returned to the living room and said, "Officer, did you see her? Did you see my mother?" I told him that I had not, and he asked him why. It was remarkable that his mother had walked down the hallway. The husband replied, "She died last year. We see her walking around the house all the time." He's like, "I took the rest of the report standing on the front porch."
Well, he's lucky they didn't go sit in the car.
Yeah. The problem is the door's open out and the door was not open because the snow was still up against. So they like walked right through oh. Yeah.
But they walked through the door.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because it wasn't opened. It opens out. So you would know if by the snow that it was opened. Yeah, see. One footprint was halfway through the door. Oh, and in the snow. Yeah, that's that's definitely creepy. That's definitely creepy. That was me with the mouse. I burped. Either that or it was summertime and it was open and the spirit saw it as summertime and the door was open.
That's not going to explain the footprint half in the door, half out of it.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Scoop, good morning.
How you doing, Skooks?
That's true, yeah.
Because even if somebody else used that door, most doors have that dust strip, which would cause the sweep over the footprint.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I see what you're saying.
And when it closed.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely weird. I would have been creeped out a little. This one's called The Abandoned Hospital. A few years back, prior to Sworn Leo, I worked as a security guard at a hospital. Sounds cool, and it was, except for the fact that it was from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. I worked alone, and the hospital I guarded was abandoned. I don't know. Right there says it all.
Why do you gotta stand guarded or abandoned hospital?
I don't know. Break-ins? I don't know. I was always a third shift kind of person. I don't get night jitters or scare easily, but this place could do the best of them. Get them weirded out. Every night I would walk or ride a wheelchair through the halls that were supposed to be empty and unused. Every night I would end up with having to close the doors and relock them. I would walk one floor, move to the next, and continue on. I got a little shaky when an hour after already walking a hallway, I would have to turn off the same hall light and close the same doors again in the building. Or when I'd be walking a hall and I would hear footsteps on the floor above me. Doors opening and closing, elevators moving from floor to floor, phones ringing, nurses' lights calls going on, etc. I'd be like, I quit.
This is a full swing friggin' hospital at the moment.
There were only 3 times I got the I hate this shit feeling. First time I was checking offices on the 1st or 4th floor. There was a light on yeah, let's try that again, Missy. There was a light in a locked hallway. No surprise. This hallway hadn't been renovated since the place was built. Short of electricity, so everything was from the 1920s. Unlock the door, flip the lights on, walk out, relock the door, turn and leave. Behind me, I hear the flip of a light switch. Through the frosted glass, I see the lights went back on. I left that hallway alone at night. Second time, I was riding an elevator between floors. I was taking the elevator to the top floor when about number 4 of 5 floors, I hear laughing and muffled talking. It kept getting louder as I got higher. Elevator makes it to the 5th floor, doors swing open, and absolute silence. Of course, every light on the floor was on, even in the patient's room. I checked high and low. Not a single living, breathing person was in that place except for me. The third, and worst of all, was just an average night. I was on the lower level, locking the door in the corridor. The door had a glass middle, but on the backside it was covered by white tape. The room it led to was dark, and the hallway was a few feet behind me, was partially lit. So the glass acted like a perfect mirror. Everything normal, key and lock, clicks, turn the key. When behind me, I see a full outline of person walk past me in the hallway. Clear as day, just a full shadow of a person walk past. I froze only for a second and then ran into the hallway after the supposed person, and no one was there. Just silence. So yeah, I don't know if I would be taking that job again.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
What would make you, like, is it all things combined that would make you go, no, I'm good? Or would it be like, would one thing set you off then from another?
Well, I think it would just be for a simple fact that I know I just turned that fucking light switch off, and then I hear the light switch turn back on.
And you turn around and see it.
And the lights are on. Yeah, no, that's good. Apparently they don't like the dark. Have fun. Just keep the noise down and I'll leave you alone. I still don't understand why you gotta stand guard at an abandoned hospital. There ain't gonna be no drugs in there.
It's just people breaking in that.
Maybe they just want a bed to sleep in. Let them go in there and get the shit scared out of them. I guarantee they won't come back.
Well, yeah, there you go. That's true. That's true.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. Both ways. Anything that moves on its own does it for me. I'm gone if it's not right away. Then once I'm gone, I never return. Had that a few times too when I did security, lights on and off. Yeah, that would, I mean, just coming out of there and hearing the click, I think would do it for me before seeing it.
That's what I'm saying, though. You heard the distinct switch click. And the first thing that runs through your mind before you turn around and look is, that couldn't have been the fucking lights.
Yeah, I would definitely, that would definitely creep me out, yeah. Or what about hearing that laughter and muffled voices?
And then
nothing.
Absolute silence. There were horrors.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just hid really well.
Watching for vandalism and unwanted ghost hunters trespassing, Eddie.
Yeah. Well, they're on their own.
Eddie's just like, no.
Not me.
There was this one spot, always uneasy feeling. No colleagues of mine would dare go in there.
You see shit like that all the time when somebody's like, I need you to go to the wine or down to the cellar and get a bottle of wine. You look at it, fuck you, you go get it.
Right.
I'm not going down to that room. I have a hard enough time going to the laundry room here.
I know. He does too. Heather said stuff like that happened in my old apartment. Yet, like the trailer that I grew up in, the bathroom, I don't know if it was the bathroom per se or the laundry room. Because the bathroom, you walk in and there's like a rounded like counter with two sinks. It's what is it, a male and female sink they're supposed to be or whatnot.
I don't know, I guess.
But as you're sitting on the toilet, you're looking directly at the laundry room, which is nothing. It's just a little room. One side had the washer, one side had the dryer. You know what I mean?
Great view when you're taking a shit looking at dirty laundry.
Yeah, right. But I mean, it was no big deal. But that room, for some reason, I don't know why. As a kid, I would run out of that bathroom pulling up my pants because I'm getting, you know what I mean? Honey, if you're tired, go to bed.
Wow. I
What?
should fucking throw something at you right now.
You can throw something.
Then we're both going to bed.
but for some reason,
What the hell has Nicole got up there? It looks like a frog having a seizure.
it's going like that.
Yeah. Gimme.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's just for some reason, I don't know what it was.
Well, you would think so. And he says, sitting on a toilet, should you be looking at a closed door?
Well, no, because there was a door to the laundry room, and then there was the doorway to the. Well, there was 3 doors in the bathroom because it led to the main.
That's too many fucking doors for a bathroom.
Because you had the door between the bedroom, the master bedroom, and that, and then
you don't need 3 doors for a bathroom.
And then a hallway
Nope.
to go out in the hallway.
Nope. One of them doors getting replaced with a solid wall.
No.
Yeah.
But I was always, and I don't know what freaked me out worse, because I'd shut the door, the laundry door. I think that's why I have such an image, like even our bathroom, sitting there, I'm scared that the door is going to slam shut.
Well, Andy says, should you be looking at a closed door? Thank God the day this guy wasn't taking a shit, but me and Miss Kay walked back past the public bathroom.
Yeah.
And there's this fucking Asian guy standing in there taking a piss with the door wide open. It's like, do you not realize you're in a fucking hotel?
Curtains. I put up the curtains. Well, it depends, because we switched rooms a lot. Like after my dad went in a nursing home, I had the little bedroom for a little bit, then I got the big bedroom. I don't know, we switched a lot, so it was just Patrick.
No, and he says, if you need to have the door open for ventilation, then can I recommend a lot less fiber in your diet? A la hippie. I thought it was a la mode.
The only time I ever shut, I mean, because of the fact that it was me and my mom, I think it was just like the only time that the door was shut was when my dad was home and he was using the bathroom.
Oh my God, Scott. Leaving a seat up, Missy will tell you, I cannot stand having a toilet seat left up.
Yeah, although twice in 1 week, I think I blame it because he's been tired.
She's fucking lying.
I am not. I will take a picture next time.
Actually, some buildings in Japan do have doors.
I know there's one place, I don't know if it's Japan or China, or I read somewhere that like Chinese,
everything
they
closed
just
down.
pee out in the street.
What does he mean everything closed down?
What's going on, Freaky Geek? Why, we having technical difficulties? Freaky Geek's over in dlive. Oh, wow. He had to refresh. Oh, I bet, Skook. Yeah. Yeah. That never happens in my house. Thank God.
But if I left the seat up, it damn sure was not intentional.
Yeah. That's why I don't, when it comes to him and doing that, that's why I blame it on him being tired, because he don't normally do that. Okay, the last one from the cops sharing true stories is the shadow walker. So he said, I was sitting in the flat of a hill monitoring traffic. It was about 2 to 3 a.m. where I was sitting. It's a well-known spot for an unsolved murder. It was a victim found about 26 years ago. No other officers would sit there, even though citizens are constantly doing 15 to 20 miles per hour over the limit in this area. As I was sitting there, bless you, baby.
Sorry.
As I was sitting there, I saw a shadow cross the back of my unit, coming from the passenger side. Almost immediately afterwards, the shadow came to my driver's side door of my unit, then across the front. Mind you, it's completely dark in this area, and the only lighting around me is from the moon. Thinking the worst, I turn on all my lights to light up the area to see if I could see who or what is around me.
Thank you, Heather.
Nothing. I figured it was time to leave that area. Once I got into a lighted area, I stopped and realized that my cameras was recording from where I hit my emergency lights. I reviewed the footage, and you can see where a figure starts from the driver front of my unit. Yeah. What did I say?
Union.
The driver front of my unit. Then for a half a second, the entire camera goes black, as if somebody put their finger over the lens. Then it goes back to normal. Needless to say, I haven't sat back in that spot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Patrick? You think somebody's walking around your car?
Oh, okay, Ron.
I
Bring back.
don't want to know why. I don't want to know what's
I
on.
don't know.
So yeah, I mean, pretty cool stories.
Oh, he didn't have no camera back then, though.
Oh. That's what I'm saying, freaky. That's okay, Scoop. We all multitask.
Gesundheit?
Gesundheit.
Oh, I thought
Don't you know you're German?
obviously not. 9!
Yeah, of course you would know that. Freaky geek. Excuse my 3 things at once is thinking, and thinking.
No, he's thinking about thinking, and then he thought about thinking about thinking about thinking.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I know what it means, Nicole. Thank you. I just didn't know that's how you spelled it.
Ron's like, coffee? Nicole's like, yes, Ron, white with no sugar. Please, thank you.
That's too much work.
So here we have real EMT stories. This one's called Together Forever. I've had a couple of weird calls. One was a major MVA head-on many, many years ago when we played ME as well. We had 2 DOA, husband and spouse, that were killed instantly in a head-on collision. They had a 12-year-old daughter that was in between them, and they actually took the impact, saving her life. While en route, we noticed the husband's arm had come loose, so I went back to restrap it. As I was doing that, the wife's arm suddenly fell out as well, and her hand fell into the husband's. My boss was watching in the rearview mirror and helped clear the way as I ran back into the front. It spooked both of us. Apparently, the couple, mid-30s, had just found out he was cancer-free after his last treatment.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Eddie, stop thinking. You get me confused again, cheeky bastard.
I mean, I can't imagine. You know what I mean?
No. I mean, together forever.
But what's the chances are that his arm fell out and hers fell right into
and landed into her hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd have to find a different job, different kind of profession.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I remember when I drove tow truck up in Michigan. I worked the overnight. I was the tire changer guy, jump batteries and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And we are not, by AAA standards, we were not supposed to service commercial vehicles.
Right.
But I get this call and I show up and it's a van.
Right.
So I'm thinking, okay, there's no markings or anything on it. And I know the jack I have isn't going to be high enough to lift this van. He says, oh, mine's right in the back. Open the back door. It's right there. I open the back door and there's a fucking gurney with a corpse. I slammed the door shut and I said, are you fucking crazy? He says, oh, I work for the coroner's office. I said, this is a commercial vehicle? He says, yeah. He says, well, they're not marked for a reason. I'm like, good, because I don't service commercial vehicles. I got my truck in left. It was like, he's like, oh, it ain't going to hurt you. I said, I know, because I ain't going to be here. Oh, hell no.
That would be messed up. That would be totally messed up.
They all.
Hey, through the veil.
TTVP is in the house.
She is in the house.
No, it wasn't funny. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, he could have warned you.
Exiting stage right is not the word for it. I think I was already pulling away while he was still saying it's not going to hurt you. Yeah, no, that wasn't. No, was not. No.
He could have warned you. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, hey, there's.
By the way,
there's a corpse in the back. No, I open the fucking door and I reach in for the fucking jack and I look up and I was like, oh, fuck my wife. Yep, no, I'm out.
Yep, no, bye-bye.
You change your own fucking tire, dude. I'm out of here. You can handle a dead body, but you can't change your goddamn tire?
Oh, wow, Heather, that's beautiful.
What happened?
On a Paranormal 911, there was a lady who her husband had passed away and she went to the funeral and she felt like she was going to pass out, so they called the EMTs. And the lady ended up passing away and the EMT saw them together in spirit.
That would be amazing.
In spirit form, yeah.
But yeah, it's like you can work for a coroner's office, but you can't change a tire.
Right. Patrick said he had a situation near a lake where a woman screamed at night on patrol. Searched the area, found a body of a woman, a remote part of it. Wow.
And I believe that. Shit like that happens all the time.
Definitely. So this next one's called Will I Go to Heaven? So they had a young woman in full liver failure. She was orange in color, but she was still conscious. She asked me what I thought it would be like to die. Excuse me. I told her I didn't know, but I hoped it wouldn't be painful. Then she asked me if I thought I would go to heaven. I told her that I believed that I would. She asked me if she thought she would go to heaven, and I told her I wasn't able to answer that question. She told me, I'm going to heaven and I know it. And I asked her how she knew that. And she told me something that I'll never forget. She told me, I know I am because the man over there told me so. I asked what man? And she said, the man sitting at the end of the bench. I asked her what he looked like. And she said, he looks just like Jesus on the windows of my church. Well, to tell you, I was pretty well affected by that statement. She went on to say, and he says that you are going to heaven too. We prayed, and I'll never forget that interaction between the two of us. About a week later, she passed away. I hope she made it to heaven.
Wow.
Yeah.
What guy? I'm the only one here that you know of.
Right, yeah, that you know of.
He was there to walk the girl to heaven.
Yep. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it is very cool. This one's called Otherworldly Screams at the ER. I have a few co-workers swear that strange things have occurred in the ER. 2 people that I work with were charting at the nurse's station when they both heard a scream followed by an incoherent words come from one of our open bays. There were 3 patients in the room and they denied screaming or hearing anything. I have also had fellow co-workers talk about hearing strange voices, especially after really bad codes, and one person states she felt someone grab her shoulder after the doc pronounced a trauma code. They're all respectable people, and I do not think they would lie. Well, that's understandable. I could hearing, I told you about D.
Hello again, Freaky Geek.
Welcome back.
Which part about D? You told me a lot of stories about D, though.
Right, Bobby and Dave's mom.
Huh?
Yeah, Bobby and Dave's mom.
Yeah, the one that hugged me. No, that was Amy.
That's Amy. Wow.
I don't like Norton.
Yeah.
I really don't. Too many complaints. Too many people catch his virus with Norton. I will never trust Norton.
To me, well, what happened was I made her play an Ouija. Well, I didn't make her do nothing. Now, Dee is my friend Bobby and Dave's mom. She's like my second mom.
Rustic Angel, hi.
Hey, Rustic Angel, how you doing? She's like my second mom. I grew up with her, my mom's best friend. And we were sitting there one night and I'd gotten my Ouija board for Christmas when I was 16 from my aunt, who loves me very much. My aunt did.
Yeah, because your mom didn't want that damn thing.
She was not happy with my aunt. But my aunt being, now mind you, my aunt was an emergency dispatcher out of her home for 30 years.
Real quick, honey.
Yeah.
Patrick, Norton is supposed to be an antivirus application that helps fight viruses from getting to your computer. But all I ever heard was bad things about it. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she was my favorite aunt. We'd talk ghost stories and that. And so when I was 16, she bought me an Ouija board for Christmas. My mom wasn't too happy. But anyway, my second mom, basically, she worked overnight in a nursing home. And that night, her and my friend Dave, which is her son, played the Ouija board in our kitchen. And I'll never forget it because Dave scared her. He didn't mean to. He just took his fingers off the planchette. And so it popped up because her fingers went down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it scared the hell out of her. So she went to work that night anyway. That's the only thing that happened. I can't even remember like if it spoke or anything. You know what I mean? Or if it, said anything to him. But that's all I can remember for that night. So she went to work that night. Like I said, she was a nurse. She worked in a nursing home. And she came back the next morning and she's like, I'm likely, now mind you, Dee is Sicilian. So she's like, I'd likely slap you in the face right now. And I'm like, why? And she goes, I played that fucking board. She goes, I went to work. And there's a lady that never speaks, never rings her bell. What does she do? Rings her bell. She goes down there and the lady goes, who never speaks, looks at Dee and goes, Dolores, I'm dead.
Lady, I'm done.
And she would never let me live that down because that was the night that I didn't make her do shit. Her and Dave play it. Dave wanted her to play it. And, I think his intention was he wanted to scare her, but he didn't. When he did that, he didn't intentionally scare her,
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love them, Patrick.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, this lady never. So that never, it that story will forever stick with me when it comes to nursing homes or.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very rarely used properly. But you know what? When I was 16, before I had that one. No, was it after that one? I don't know. At some point, we used a door mirror. We made a Ouija board out of that. Me and my friend Todd and a couple of our other friends. It's just a tool.
Yeah. The tool of death.
It is not the tool of death. It is a tool like any other thing. I'm sorry, but if you you want to capture EVPs and you're calling out to spirits, hey, who's here? It's the same thing.
I don't have to go anywhere to catch EVPs. I just go live.
I know, that's all you have to do. But you know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's the same thing as scrying in a mirror.
That's funny, Scoops. I don't want one, and Missy wants one, but we still won't have one in this house. No matter how bad she wants one.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I'll get a Ouija board if I want a Ouija board. That's all there is to it.
Who's got the key to the fucking mailbox? Me.
We both do. They're sitting by the TV.
Oh, not anymore. All right, what else we got?
The last one. Oh no, it's not the last one. I lied.
No.
The next story is called 666.
Oh, hey, here we go. Let's talk about the Ouija boards and then 666.
We responded to a sick call about 4 a.m. Dispatch said he was a hospice patient with a history of cancer who had not eaten for a couple days and had pulled out his medication port. We get there, and this poor guy is in his early 40s. He's bald from chemo and sitting on his brother's couch. His skin was blotchy, pale, and purple, and he was hyperventilating. His sister-in-law said that he'd been pacing from the bed to the couch all night, clearly agitated. We went to go get the stretcher, and when we came back, he had crapped himself. He just kept saying, oh, no, 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 oh, looking around the room, flinching every now and then, like he was waving away flies. We got him to sit on the stretcher, and he said, not now, not now. We assured him and rolled him out. The medic I was with asked me to get DNR papers because he's doing it right now. I walked up to his brother and sister-in-law, got the papers, and returned just in time to see him cry a couple big tears, sob a little, and then crumple. I had to tell his brother that he passed. Not easy to see a man drop to his knees in the driveway and wail. Then I got in and prepared to drive to the ER. As I wondered if the man would go to heaven, I got a bad feeling like darkness was creeping all around. I happened to look down at the voltmeter and I saw the number 666 flashing. The panel normally doesn't flash at all. It just reads voltage. It went 666, then 1, then 666, then 1, then 666, then 1, and then went back up to 1200 or so and stayed that way. The uneasy feeling went away, but I still prayed the whole way to the hospital. I felt sick as hell all day, and I had violent vomiting spell later on. Poor guy. I hope he's okay now. But can you imagine? That's weird.
Wow. You see, with Patrick, he had to help a woman and her daughter because of a witch board.
It sometimes happens. I mean, it all depends. I mean, my way of thinking, it all depends on what you believe in. If you believe evil's going to come through it, then evil's going to come through it.
Well, then we're definitely not getting one.
Whatever. That's like my son. I seen the birthday go up. My son, thank God he was born in 97. Because Ryan's birthday is 6/26/97.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you, Nicole, for the lemon.
Yeah, if you'd have been born in 96.
Yeah. That wouldn't have been. Oh, that wouldn't have been good. Thank you so much for the lemons, Nicole. We appreciate it. Oh, please, Andy.
She knows. It's not gonna.
My oldest was born. Oh my
Wow,
God, Ron! Thank you so much for the Ninja Genie. Oh my God, Ron! Road trip. You coming this way? Driving your Ninja Genie?
If he's coming this way, I got to get ready to cook him a steak on the grill.
That's right. Thank you so much, Ron. We appreciate that so much. You are awesome.
Absolutely.
My oldest was born in 93. My youngest was born in 2006.
My oldest was born in 89. Yeah, let's see. My youngest was born in 93.
One of the worst cases I worked at in my 50 years in the paranormal. Oh, I bet, Patrick.
Your oldest was born in 77. So your oldest is only 7 years younger than I am.
Hey, Mary, how you doing?
Hey, Mary.
Long time ago, that it's now 65999. That was inverted. Can't remember the actual story though. Oh, really, Scott? I'll have to check that out. I don't know.
I think that was on a hotel room and somebody hit it and it flipped over.
So Damien's I forgot about that program. Now that he said that, I gotta go start watching that again. So Damien's numbers were backwards. He's actually a good guy.
95 and 85, both in August. And just, wow. 10 years apart, born the same month in only 3 days separated.
Wow, that's awesome. I love that stuff. Like me and...
Dude, he had a serious calendar marking this shit.
Right? Yeah, I love that stuff. Like me and Danielle. Danielle's my birthday baby. She's born October 17th. My birthday is October 18th. And then my oldest daughter is their father. My kids' father was born November 29th. She was born November 30th.
And the poor son is
my
throwing
only
way
boy
out in the fucking left field, Mr. Mixter.
Yep, my only boy. He was born in June, all by himself. The only left-hander. The only one with an angel hole.
Hi, Pammy.
Hey, Pammy. That's wild, Andy. That is so cool.
It's funny because people they'll ask me my birthday and I'll tell them. And then I'll hear them ask again. I'm like, listen, the easiest way to remember my birthday starts the 12 days of Christmas. I was born December 13th.
Me and one of my brothers was nearly exactly 4 years apart, only a week before me. For 1 week. He's 5 years older the rest of the year. He's 4. That's cool. That's pretty neat.
I think, is Sarah coming back or just saying hi to everybody that's showing up?
No, I think Sarah had to, I don't know.
I know Scott had to go somewhere.
Well, if you're just getting back, welcome back, Sarah. My parents were 10 years apart. That's how mine were.
And the strangest...
Oh, wow. And they died 10 years apart.
The strangest thing about Shadows and me is our moms had passed away almost a year to the day apart.
And Eddie has the same birthday as my youngest brother.
My granddaughter and stepfather are December 13th.
That's my brother's birthday too. Oh, okay. No worries, Sarah. And yeah, me and my youngest, now this is my youngest brother. I was born in 73. My youngest brother, Skip, was born in 56. And that's the one that's closest to me in years. All the rest are way up there. Because of the fact that my mom was 48 when she had me. My dad was 59. Shut up, Andy. That does not mean anything. Just saying. Just put it out there. So this next story is about the haunted ambulance company.
Is this the last one, or
For the EMTs? It is.
I told you there was going to be no second part of this damn show.
This is a true story about an ongoing haunting that occurred in Richmond, Virginia, at a local ambulance company located just off of Broad Street near Willow Lawn Shopping Center. My 25-year-old son-in-law has been working with this company as an emergency medical technician for approximately a year now, and he comes home weekly with a new haunting story. The small brick building was once a warehouse of some type, and during a fire many years ago, several people were trapped inside and died. They were Hispanic migrant workers who apparently slept at the warehouse. It is now used as an ambulance company, and during the 24-hour shifts, EMT people are required to spend the night in the building. There is also a dispatcher who is always on duty, even during the night hours. My son-in-law first went to work there. He wondered why the sleeping cots were set up in a smaller room rather than the large bunk room. He was told that the larger room was haunted, and if people tried sleeping in there, they'd feel cold hands on them in the night. He didn't know whether to believe this or not, but he did notice that whenever he worked 24-hour shift and slept there, he had very bad nightmares, and he'd wake up to cold, tingling feeling running down his spine. They think that there was at least 2 ghosts in the building, the first being an aggressive one who bangs the chains on the bay doors, walks around the bay area, slams doors, and put his cold hands on people. The other is a woman who has also been seen in the office area. She was sighted recently when 2 ambulance workers walked by the office window and saw a short, dark-haired woman in the office. Not recognizing her, they went back to find out who she was, but there was no one there.
Hi, holy cow girl.
Hey, holy cow girl. So what do you think? I mean, that's pretty cool if you're working in a haunted... I mean, probably not for them,
well,
but...
see, to him, the spirit doesn't know it's now converted over to an ambulance thing.
Right. Well, yeah, to them, it's still the same building.
Yeah, so... That would still, that's kind of like me walking down the damn hallway and a door handle jiggled.
Right.
Knowing there's nobody there.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I mean, when you live in it, it's like, I don't know, it just...
I ain't gonna lie, I was scared a little bit. I almost jumped right into Shadow's arms.
He did. When that happened, he did.
Well, because it was the door on my side.
Maybe I'm just too much of a rationalizer person in my head.
What was there to rationalize about that? A door handle wiggling.
No, but I'm just saying, because I know it's housekeepers. It's
Are
residual.
You sure it wasn't a guest that died in that room?
Maybe.
But it was on my side of the hallway. And I was like...
Oh, so if it was on my side, it would have been fine.
Probably. But it was like right there, and you could just hear the jiggle.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hell no, ain't nobody down here.
I will say that was a little creepy just because of the fact he gets me creeped out. I'm walking down, no problem.
Oh, that was my fault.
It is. And then he's like, damn, it's dark down here because the lights had gone out.
Oh, you're good, Patrick.
Yeah, you're good. But yeah, I mean, Yeah, right. There you go, Andy. Yeah, that would give me nightmares. Considering usually when you
Hockmid.
well, one of the dream analysis things is if you dream of a baby or if you're pregnant that someone's going to die. But yes, I will. If that does happen, Andy, I will tell them you gave me nightmares. I'll tell everybody. Andy did it. He gave me nightmares. That's true. It could. But there's only, I mean, it sticks in my, when it sticks in my head, it sticks in my head. I can't. That's the problem with me, though. I'm always coming up with new ideas and I just can't make myself go with them. Hence why I haven't done any Shadows Corners videos, because I don't know where to start. But yet I got everything around my desk that needs to be there.
Doesn't mean she knows where it's at.
It's always Andy's fault. That's going to be our motto, Nicole. It's always Andy's fault.
Haha, at least my name wasn't brought up in it, asshole.
Oh, no, Andy, we don't want that.
Or Granny twerking.
Yeah, Granny twerking. Eddie, is your beer Budweiser?
Huh?
Yes, he's got the frogs.
Where the hell did you see that?
Brett said it.
Brett. Of course it is. Watch, I'm going to get a copyright strike.
Listen, I don't want to hear it because this is the longest he's gone with drinking Budweiser. He was never a Budweiser from the get-go. He's a Busch guy.
Budweiser.
You didn't mind it, yes, but usually he'd drink. When we first met, he was all a Busch guy.
Well, yeah, it was cheaper.
And then, what was it back in New York? The fuck was it?
The Steel Reserves.
Yeah, that's right. Steel Reserve. And then up here,
the Hurricanes.
And then he went
Mike's Hard Lemonades.
Yeah.
And then I went back to just drinking Budweiser.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah, the Busch guy turned into a Bud guy.
Not a butt guy.
Hey, Carol.
Hi, Carol. Oh, I seen that one.
Great. Now I got that song in my head.
What?
Skook was like, it's odd. I've been dreaming about hotels lately.
Hotel California?
No. Multiple nights. One was a hotel.
I was asking if that's the song that was in your head.
No. I had purses on the steps and the song Spanish Lullaby. All I could hear was the Madonna song, Los Lumpy. What the hell was the name of that song? I don't know. With your Spanish lullaby.
Please don't quit Paranormal.
No worries there. Okay, so now we got real nurses share their true stories, their true ghost stories. Don't let them take me. The best I've heard is from a nurse who said that one night she was floated to oncology at the hospital where she used to work. She was given a patient who was passing away and had been unconscious for several days. At one point during the night, the nurse went to the room and the patient was at the top of the bed and looked down at her and said, "Don't let them take me." The nurse was freaked out and asked the patient who was going to take her. And she said, "That black thing there," and pointed up in the air. This patient died within minutes.
What?
Next one is Calling from the Grave.
Nicole asked you, is it Isla Bonita?
Misty? Yeah, yes, that's it.
Not Misty. How'd you get Misty?
It says Misty Cat. La Isla Bonita.
That's funny because I looked up and I seen Nicole said it. Right there.
I didn't see Nicole.
So they must have both said it. I'm sorry,
Hey,
Misty Cat.
FM.
Oh, now I see where Misty Cat put it.
Yeah, was it
Nicole
before?
was 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, there I see it. I see it.
So they must have both did it almost simultaneously.
Yeah.
FM, how you doing? Eddie.
That's funny.
Misty said it too. I just seen it, Nicole. Okay, so let's go on with the next story.
Calling from the grave. We had a patient who was always on the call button. You know the type. The nurses have to take turns during the shift answering the call button so primary can actually do other work. I worked the 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift. He died around 8 p.m. Well, wait a minute.
Do you even know what the hell you're reading?
Apparently they don't.
They're not reading it. They're telling the story.
So, the look on his face was, how could you let me die? Like it was our fault. Anyway, family came and gone by 9 p.m. Funeral home gone at 9:30. About 10 p.m., the call button started going off. I was there. Call button going off every 5 minutes. One of the nurses was a very spiritual girl. At about 2 a.m., like after 4 hours of this, Nurse Mary snaps, "Enough!" She walks down and practically screams into the empty room, "Mr. X, you have died. You can't be here bothering us anymore. Move along. In the name of Jesus, I'm exorcising you from this plane of existence. Go to the light and be happy." And I kid you not, the call button stopped going on after that.
Well, she had enough.
Right?
You're not going to stay here, you miserable bastard. Take your cheeky ass to the light.
And apparently he did. She goes, this one nurse says, "I don't know if this qualifies as a ghost story, but here it is. I was taking care of a 12-year-old girl with aplastic anemia. A week before she died, every day at 12:15 p.m., I would get a cold chill across the back of my neck, and the hair there would stand up. I mentioned it to the evening nurse, who was convinced that she would die at that time. Several days later, her parents decided to cease all treatment. She lapsed into a coma, and at 12 noon, she woke, asked me to hold her up, said goodbye to her parents, grandparents, and siblings, and died in my arms. It was 12:15 p.m.
Wait a minute, what? How was that possible?
She just, for some reason, the nurse knew. She would get every day at 12:15, she'd get a cold chill across her back.
Wow.
Ron's being mean? He would never be mean, Eli. Good try.
Eli just thinks everybody hates him, so it don't matter. I just half the time ignore what he says.
So this one says, I work as a CNA in long-term care. We had one resident, Betty, who was totally independent. All ADLs were done on her own, and she did fine on her own. Never had an incident. The only time she wanted help was showers, and then she only wanted you around to make sure she didn't slip and fall.
Right.
Which is understandable. Betty came down with pneumonia and had to be hospitalized. When she came back, she was too weak to do things on her own, but was too stubborn to ask for help. The last thing the CNA told her before going on to bed was, if you want to get up, hit your call light and I'll come help you. Of course, she didn't. She got rid of the bed alarm, climbed out of bed, and fell. Betty died from the fall, and her bed has been empty ever since. The following week, the call light in the room went off at night. Thinking it was the resident in bed B, I walked down to the room to see what she wanted. I walked into the room only to see the call light for bed B and A off. The call light for bed C, Betty's unoccupied bed, was on. My eyes filled with tears as I backed out of the room and someone made someone else turn off the call light.
She didn't want to say goodbye.
Right?
That's what that comes down to. She couldn't separate.
Right? And the last one is, this is really more of a possession than a ghost story. I was helping another nurse with a patient that had lived a very hard life.
Wait a minute. Isn't a possession a ghost story? It has to deal with a demon, a ghost.
Could be. I was helping another nurse with a patient that had lived a very hard life. He had numerous things going on for him, from cardiac to renal failure. This man was very much afraid to die. Every time his heart monitor beeped, he would just go into a rage screaming, "Don't let me die, don't let me die." The other nurse and I found out why he didn't want to die. About 0200, his cardiac monitor starts alarming VTAC. We both rush into the room. I am pulling a crash cart behind me. When I get into the room, the other nurse is completely white. The man was sitting about 2 inches above his bed and was laughing. His whole look completely changed. His eyes had the look of pure evil in them, and he had this evil smile on his face. He laughed at us and said, "You stupid bitches aren't going to let me die, are you?" And he laughed again. We were kind of frozen. I did reach up and hit the code blue button, and when I did, the man went to VFib. He crashed back onto the bed, and we started coding him. But after 20 minutes, it was called. 5 minutes after the code, several of the code teams on the room clearing up when this man sits straight up in bed and says, "You let him die. Too bad." And then begins laughing. So he's already been coded out.
He's jumping to another patient. Or was he going through the guy that had already died?
The man collapsed back into his bed. We heard a horrible, agonizing scream. Actually, every patient in the unit had that night commented on the scream. And then you hear, "Don't let me die," being whispered throughout the unit. Every one of the nurses that night was pale and scared. Nobody went anywhere by themselves. And by morning, the whispers of "Don't let me die" were gone.
Yep. I want transferred to a different hospital.
The night shift nurses had a prayer service in the break room before we left for home.
The night shitting nurses?
The night shift nurses had prayer service in the break room before we left for our homes. And then we all had nightmares for weeks. That's some creepy shit.
Weeks. I'd have been fucking having nightmares for years.
Right?
You know, I'm so glad our conversation had you guys so much into pizza.
Hey, you know. I don't know. I wonder, though, Heather. That's crazy shit. I couldn't imagine. I mean, the guy's already been coded, and then he said something, and you let him die.
The way I took it is that demon or spirit or whatever jumped into somebody else and said, "Oh, you let him die."
Right?
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's going to play tag.
Right, yeah.
Not me.
It's a long
somebody
drive.
wants to buy our airplane ticket.
Yeah, it's a long drive.
Oh, hell, for the two of us, round trip from here to there, a night in a hotel, she only cost about $4,000.
Sounds like he could, if he could do that. Yeah. In my experience, a person can be possessed by the spirit of other people as well as demons, not all demons. Yeah, exactly, Patrick. Exactly. I'll wait till you read it.
It is funky. Fucking breath.
We went black.
I didn't see you go black. Yeah, Mary, send to Eli a link later.
Are we still on, guys? Let me know.
I hear you.
Okay.
And I mean, I hear you through the channel.
Okay, it's good there. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate it. But yeah, those some creepy stories. I must say, not gonna lie.
I wouldn't say that they're so as much as creepy as a little disturbing.
Yeah, that last one definitely.
Yeah, that would have just. You know what? I think I'd retire in that profession and find a new career.
Hold on one second, guys. Sorry if you heard an echo.
I didn't hear an echo.
Why won't it let me log in? It ain't a mismatch. Thank you very much. Shit. Hold on one second, guys. Thank you. Jeez. It wouldn't let me log in, guys.
Hi, Vay.
Hi, Vay.
Mary, don't ask him that. He'll eat the fucking earth, the dirt of the earth for 100 miles to get to where a pizza is. Nicole introduced me to a tranquilizer earlier. I was thinking he fired darts at the animals in the zoo for the vet or something. Nope, he got some puppet thing named Ahmed. I love that clip when Jeff Dunham, he looks at him and he says, "How do you spell it?" And Ahmed looks at him and goes, "What? How do you spell your name?" A C H. Fun.
All right, Scott, take care.
Have a good one, Scott. All right. You prepared? What do you do?
Yes. You guys know what time it is. Head on over to dlive.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking, but okay.
Hype up that chat. You know what popped in my head? Hype it in, or hype it up, hype it up.
Fist bumps, hugs. Stay safe, stay strong.
I'm hitting the button. I'm going to hit the button. I'm hitting the button. Now. 30 seconds, guys. I have hit the button. So if you don't see your chest pop, if you don't see your chest pop up. If you
That means you fucking blue lined. Do not go and sit there and say, "You let them die."
Yeah. Hit the button. If you don't see the chest pop up, hit the button now. 5 seconds.
Brett says, "Bye, my Canadian friends." That's everybody all over the world, apparently.
I know, that's it. All right. Nicole got 82.8. Patrick got 48.0. Heather got 34.9. Freaky Geek got 28.0. And Sexy Wife Weasley over there got 23.5.
Freaky Geek, blue line, and flat line are the same thing.
Canadian border moving next week, Brett. Seems to be a part of it.
Andy, I'll send you a copy of the map that Brett sent me. You're going to be impressed.
Why? What's it doing, Eli?
Did you click on? Were you in dlive or? I didn't see you go over there. Did you have to be in dlive?
Yeah, you have to be in dlive.
Yeah, he caught it now. He wasn't in dlive.
Well, there you go. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thanks, Heather.
I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for the donations. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. Love hanging out with you guys. I really do. Tomorrow.
Ron got nothing, he says.
You clicked on the chest and nothing came up? I don't know why. That's weird.
Did you read anything that he got, or? Because he's been over there. He's been over there damn near the whole time.
Yeah, I know. I think Eli did something, Ron.
Well, Eli wasn't even over there. That's why Eli didn't get anything. I don't know. I don't know why you
wouldn't get anything.
Give it a minute and refresh it. That's all I can think of. Thanks, Patrick. We love having you too.
Yes, we love having you here.
Something's going wrong.
Is there something wrong going on with it? They might be updating some stuff. That could be why. Because Ron usually is on the list. Lemongate. Lemongate 2020.
Why not? What the hell? Somebody took the California fire serious. You know, they ain't just burning down, little towns and shit. They just gonna burn the whole fucking shit down. Fuck it.
It's Lemongate. All right, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging with us. I appreciate it so much. We love you guys.
Oh,
you couldn't get lemons?
You couldn't get lemons at all last week.
Wow.
Well, she says lemons. I think she meant lemons.
Yeah.
Well, Eli, that's not my fault. Again, Eli, that's not my fault. I love you, buddy, but you knew the lemons were coming. You should have went and grabbed your goddamn laptop.
I think she's on it doing
school.
Yeah. All right, guys. Take care. Be safe. See you tomorrow. Love you. And remember, find something today that makes you smile with your eyes. All right, everybody. Take